away from me, and I was equal opportunity. The moment Ann got here, bam, I switched attention and right to Ann. And there was a reason for that. I wanted to start talking to you all right away. I'm trying to engage you right away. Chit-chat, goofy stuff, I don't know, I'm going to talk to you. And I told you at that time about the flu and all that stuff, and now it's all that kind of happy stuff. But if I'm a little more shy than that, and I still want to engage you, I do have another alternative. I could open up a poll or give you guys a quiz. So I'm going to start up a poll here and show you how it works. So here we go. The poll is now live. So go ahead and take the poll if you would, please. And it'll tell me how many of you have voted so far. And 100% have voted. So what I'm going to do now is close the poll. And the second I click close poll on my screen, which you cannot see me doing, it takes you right back to the presentation as a student. And now I'm going to share the results with you. And I will tell you that most people that I meet in the training business fall into the 2 to 4 year category. And here's the reason. What you guys have to understand from a trainer perspective, the career expectancy for a trainer is 2 to 4 years. After 4 years, the trainers who stick around, those are the ones that are going to be in it for the long haul. Most people say, I've had enough of this. They get frustrated with the students or whatever. And this is typical business-to-business training. I'm not talking about being a teacher in high school or whatever. To have most of you in that 5 to 10 year range is uncommon, and of course one of you being a grizzled veteran, I'm not sure who that is. Give me a hand raise. Which one of you is the vet? You don't have to if you don't want to, but I'm kind of curious. And of course I have to go back to my attendee list. Hold on one second. It collapsed. Don being the grizzled veteran. Okay. So I think that's awesome that you can do these polls and show it to your students. Let me go ahead and hide the results, and that, of course, immediately takes me back to the presentation. Now, look, I didn't get comfortable with GoToTraining overnight, although I find it to be a particularly easy system to use. So what you really need to do is hold some beta classes, some fake classes, not necessarily with friends of yours. You want people in the room that aren't going to be kind to you when it's going badly, but maybe friends to begin with, but run a couple of classes and use these tools. Now, here's another poll. And boom, here it comes. And once again, once you guys have answered, I'll get a little note saying you're done. All right, it says 100% have taken it. Everybody's done. I'm going to close it, and I'll share the results. And look at that, man. So I don't want to know who said huh, but all right. 30%, so a third and a third, pretty cool. And of course, there'd have to be another category down for me, more than, and again, that one company was 1,000 classes. So I'd imagine, giving all the training companies and all the classes I've led, I'm into the thousands upon thousands at this point over the 20-some-odd years I've been doing this. Let me go ahead and hide the results. All right, so let's see. Here's another one. Interested to find out what you guys say about that. And it looks like 100% have now submitted their answers. And here's what people said. And of course, I'm now in this category well more than 100, and I think I'm coming up on 1,000 online classes now too. That's how long I've been doing that. Let me go ahead and get rid of the results there. So polls, great way to break the ice and get people feeling comfortable. I do want to make a step back, by the way, before I go too far. The schedule that I talked about, a 10 to 5 schedule, is for a full day class. This is a 3-hour class, one that I would classify as a half-day class. And so you might be wondering, are you going to make us sit in front of the computer now for 3 straight hours? And no, I'm not. It's coming up on 2 o'clock Eastern. In about 5 or 10 minutes, I'm going to take a short 5-minute break and let you guys go stretch your legs. Let Don get a cup of coffee. If he's at a coffee shop there, you may as well patronize them. Why not? And then we'll start again, because I certainly don't expect you guys to stick around with no break 3 hours. So we'll be taking a break in about 5 or 10 minutes. So yes, there is going to be a break during during this session. So another way to break the ice would be to present your learners with a test. So here is one. And I'll know when you guys are done because it'll say 100% done. Right now, 0% are done. Looks like a third of you are finished. The answers you're going to see when you're done are likely going to surprise you. Everybody's now finished. I'm going to close the test. At this point, we won't be able to answer anything now. I'm going to review it, which you cannot see me doing. And I've elected now to review it publicly. I had an option on my screen to review privately or publicly. I'm going to choose publicly. You guys are now seeing the correct answers. Some of you got this one correct. And it actually, believe it or not, the attention span of an adult learner is very, very short, 15 seconds. If you think about that, possibly, Ann, you stopped listening to me an hour ago, right? That's possible. But, Ann, I don't know if you've noticed some of the tricks already that I've been doing, and just kind of as a matter of course. This class is now almost 60 full minutes in. And, Ann, have you fallen asleep yet?
Oops, sorry, not yet. Not quite.
Did you say trying not to? I heard that. That's mean. All right. Well, here's the deal. It is human nature when you are not personally engaged to get distracted. And if you get distracted, now you're off on Facebook doing who knows what, right? So the only way that I can stop that from happening is to engage you as frequently as possible. And have you noticed some of the tricks I've been doing, Ann, so far?
Mm-hmm.
What are some of them to keep you engaged personally?
Well, calling on people.
I've done that a lot, haven't I?
Mm-hmm.
And probably more you than I would normally do in a public class, because Don and Mandy, their audio is such that it pretty much leaves you with the only one. It's just, you're the only one I could talk to, Ann. That's pretty much the way it is, you know?
Yeah.
So, but if in fact Don and Mandy were in places conducive to really having a conversation, it would have been equally split, because I actually make little notes. Who did I just call on? Who did I just call? Because I don't want to keep hitting Don over and over and over again. And sometimes you can kind of get into a laser where you hit the same spot. It's like, no, move it around, move it around. So 15 seconds actually is correct. So